Hey guys, welcome to Denny's. Today we're going to go over the brand new Volsha beam rifle introduced in the Season 2 Battle Pass. More specifically, we're going to be taking a look at two separate builds that I will be using, one all-rounder and one specifically for the Void Vessel mission. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to see more first-handed content. Like the video if it helped you out. Let's jump right into the video. Alright, so starting off with the unique ability, on Volsha, attack release a chain current to nearby targets. Chain currents deal additional damage to anti-void shields and arcade barriers. All of Volsha's attacks can damage anti-void shields. Okay, so basically it's a chain lightning gun, and it's extremely strong against the shields located in the Void Vessel mission, as well as the brand new hard difficulty special operations. So as you can see, the firearm damage is absolutely ridiculous when you are attacking the shields. It starts off 1500%. I have two stacks, so it's at 2500%. And it also basically shoots 6 instead of 4. So if you have one person you're shooting with a shield, it will literally link up to 6, chain up to 6 enemies with the shield instead of normally 4. But that is the unique ability. We're going to go into some of the base stats really quickly and kind of talk about its strengths. So first and foremost, we've got the actual firearm critical hit rate, base of 15%. 15% is not bad. It's not the worst. It's also not the best, but it's a really solid starting point for the gun. As far as the firearm critical hit damage, it has at 1.5x, so better than 1, but not as good as something like Thunder Cage. A little bit lower than Thunder Cage, but it is a beam rifle, so if it had Thunder Cage's numbers, it might be a little bit more broken, especially with the chain links that it does. I will say the weak point damage is 1x, so you're really not building weak point, and honestly, with any beam rifle, you pretty much never build weak point anyway, because the point of beam rifles is mainly going to be to apply whatever ailment they have or whatever unique ability they use. In this case, obviously the chain lightning. That could change in the future, but right now that's what it looks like. As far as the other stats, not really much any notable stats. It does have some of the furthest range of a beam rifle. I believe it's the best in class range for a beam rifle at 32 meters. So that's one of the things to pay attention to when we're going over the build as well. You don't really have to be up close and personal like a lot of the other beam rifles, which is really nice. But yeah, that is the notable stats and the unique ability. All right, and then let's go into the actual weapon rolls. So the 4 rolls that you can get on the weapon. For me, it's usually going to be a lot of the same with most guns. This one is a little bit different, and I will explain why kind of when I go into the builds as well. But starting off with the highest priority, I like to always put firearm ATK on the weapons. So here I have a purple roll, but I would like to have a gold one. I'm not complaining though, considering I didn't really have to spend many materials to get this roll. But firearm ATK is the first priority slot. Second priority, I would say, is either crit hit rate or crit hit damage. Probably crit hit rate, but crit hit damage and crit hit rate are probably going to be tied for second or third. And then chill ATK, the reason that I'm using chill ATK and not using something like electric ATK or, damage to a faction, damage to Colossus, is because chill ATK is the strongest element in the current mission, Void Vessel. So basically you do more damage. They are weak to chill. That is why I chose chill. I also got pretty lucky with the roll. I had like a purple toxic earlier that I was going to stick with, and it rolled chill, and I thought, you know what, that is perfect for Void Vessel because they're all weak to chill. And we'll actually go into the builds and we'll see my Void Vessel build, and we'll kind of talk about that one because I do emphasize the chill there. But yeah, that is the weapon rolls. You want firearm ATK, firearm critical hit damage, critical hit rate, and then your choice, honestly, if you want this to be more of like a well-rounded weapon, you can put like electric ATK, but honestly, chill ATK is really, really nice anyway, and it gives you the 2 different damage types, electric and chill. So we will take a look at the builds now. Okay, so jumping into build number 1, this build is going to be kind of like the all-rounder. Basically for everything in the game, it's very, very good. Now, I will say I'm going to throw the screenshot up on screen, but I'm going to go over them left to right, top to bottom. So if you would like to know why I'm using them, then we will go over that now. And then I'll go over my second build and kind of my thoughts on the weapon towards the end of the video. But starting off with the action and reaction and rifling reinforcement. So these two are simply put just for firearm ATK. Not a huge need, don't need to explain that a whole lot. Firearm ATK is one of the best stats you can get on weapons, period, in the entire game. And then we go with better insight and better concentration. So better insight, better concentration are going to be the critical hit rate, critical hit damage. Obviously, this weapon doesn't have incredible critical hit rate and damage, but it does have a solid starting point. So you always want to work off that. If you have that with these two blue mods, they give you the most crit hit damage and rate that you can get. So very good there. And then for our ammo mods, we're going to be using concentrate support ammo and expand weapon charge. So rounds per magazine is right around a 79% increase with the 5% critical hit damage increase that concentrate support ammo gives you. Very nice. Obviously, it is a beam rifle, so having more ammo does help. It's not, a necessity, but it does help as far as getting to that tier 3 beam and doing the damage, the extra damage that tier 3 beam does. However, we also have super conductivity charge at the bottom right there. So beam rifle charging speed is plus 40%. It charges way quicker. Honestly, you don't even need the extra ammo and it'll charge to tier 3 like immediately. So very nice there. It does synergize with the extra ammo quite nice, but you don't really need it, like I said. And then you've got the last two mods. So I went for bullet integration. Now, the reason I went for bullet integration instead of the one that reduces your critical hit damage is because it just reduces your critical hit damage a little bit too much, in my opinion. I think that this gun does have a little bit of benefit to getting crits, and I don't want to completely make my 2 weapon rolls that I have on the gun useless. Also, I just think that it's straight up better. The firearm ATK being 27% is a nice buff to the firearm ATK, also while not like losing any crit. The reason I don't go for concentration priority here is because it's only like 30% crit and you lose so much reload time modifier, and it's so frustrating with this gun to have to reload because you are trying to get those yellow shields in the Void Vessel mission, and the longer you have to reload, the more time they have to just beat you down and basically kill you. So I definitely don't like the reload increase on this beam rifle, so that's why I went for the bullet integration instead of the other two. And then as far as the ultimate mod I chose Sweeping Squad. It's kind of a no-brainer with mod. It's meant to be like a mobbing weapon, so I think that it's pretty much perfect. Sweeping Squad is probably perfect for this weapon. You can use other ones. I just think that Sweeping Squad is good for what I use it for. And yeah, you obviously get a nice 30% firearm ATK buff pretty much all the time with this thing because you're always going to be having that buff up. It's a 100% chance, and all you need to do is get a kill. And there's very weak enemies that will die to just the chain lightning alone sometimes if it crits. So you can easily keep that up without a problem at all. So yeah, that is the entire breakdown of the first build for the Volsha. We'll jump into the Void Vessel specific build. Okay, so jumping into the Void Vessel specific build, we've got basically 2 changes. I won't spend too much longer on this. The only thing I changed is to do with the ammo mods. So instead of having the 2 ammo mods, that increase your magazine by around 79%, I went for Super Cooled Plasma and Chill Enhancement. And the reason I did this is because, again, as I talked about at the beginning of the video, if you were looking at the stat rolls, the enemies in Void Vessel are weak to chill. So by having Super Cooled Plasma and Chill Enhancement, you get 30% Chill ATK from Chill Enhancement, and you also get right around 30% from Super Cooled Plasma. So you have about 60% Chill ATK pretty much at, not at all times, but for a decent chunk, a decent majority, you have a 60% Chill ATK, which is really, really nice for the weakness. It does a ton of damage to the guys in Void Vessel. So honestly, if you're trying to kill the last boss a little bit easier, if you don't have a super built Descendant, or, if you want to just do more damage with your weapon, basically, you can literally just beam the last boss. This thing will literally take care of his phase 2 shield in like 1 clip or less because of this. So yeah, a very, very good combination with the synergy. Everything else is the exact same. I still use Bullets Integration and Sweeping Squad, all the others for Firearm ATK, etc., etc. But I wanted to explain myself on the reason I was using Chill ATK, Chill Enhancement, and Super Cooled Plasma, just because some people might not really understand why that would be necessary. And honestly, it's not. If you prefer more ammo, the other one does just fine. Concentrate Support Ammo and Expand Weapon Charge does just fine. It's actually a lot of damage, having been able to hold it down that long. But this one does a little bit more burst damage. Obviously, it's a little bit more burstier rather than having that damage over time effect. So yeah, that is the reason behind having the Chill on the Void Vessel specific build. And then I want to kind of have like a wrap up or final thoughts on the weapon as far as Volsha or Voltia, however you want to pronounce it, or you can tell me how to pronounce it in the comments below. I'm not 100% sure yet. However, I would like to just kind of talk about the weapon. So obviously, I don't have 4 out of 4 on the unique upgrade yet. I'm sure people will start getting that soon enough as the seasonal challenges give you a ton of EXP, and we'll be able to get the battle pass up in no time. But as far as having even 1 or 2, most of my playtime is with 1 of the upgrades. And I just recently got the second one, and I can say without a doubt, this basically makes Season 2 and the content that was introduced in Season 2 kind of easier if you weren't using it. So for instance, if you're using like Thunder Cage in Season 2 content, you're kind of handicapping yourself because this thing is so much better in Season 2 content like Void Vessel and the hard special operations missions, just because of what it does to those shields. I mean, it literally one taps it. You can hold it down for like 2 seconds and it will destroy the shields, the light yellow shields, pretty much all chained up together like instantly. If you're using Freyna, that leaves room for you to just instantly burst them down if you have the dot down already, and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's, in my opinion, it is probably the best weapon that we've received from a battle pass by a long shot. The only downside is you're not really going to take this weapon over like Thunder Cage or Enduring Legacy if you're going into a boss, as far as I can tell right now. Now, I do want to say with the 4th upgrade, with Gley, unlimited ammo Gley, or Haley, or something like that, where you've got Enzo buff and you've got all that stuff going, this thing might slap. I might eat my words for sure, because I just said that it's not the best as far as going into bossing, but we haven't really seen a whole lot of testing with it yet, because there's just not a whole lot of people willing to go in and take a battle pass weapon and test a single target. However, I'm sure there'll be videos and information soon enough. As it stands right now, I think it's a fantastic weapon, and honestly, I love the look of it. I love Chain Lightning. It's one of my favorite fantasies, and like all of video gaming is just like basically being Zeus and just lighting up everybody with Chain Lightning. I was really hoping that it would do a little bit more damage without the Arcane Shield people. It only does firearm ATK times like 25% when it's fully maxed out, so pretty unfortunate. But all in all, I think it's a very good weapon, and I think that it's only going to get better with the upgrades. And I'm waiting. Hopefully, I'll do some more testing. I'll get some more time and add some more catalyst to it to be able to test the boss damage, single target damage, see if it is worth it when running something like Enzo, Haley, or Gley. Because honestly, that would be quite fun to have a new bossing weapon, kind of like a new king. Obviously, not every weapon that comes out is going to be the new king, but it would be nice for them to be on par. Obviously, Thunder Cage isn't like the best at bossing either, so you can't really be the best at everything. But before this tangent goes on too long, that's kind of my thoughts on the Voltia or Voltia. And yeah, that's the thoughts. But other than that, guys, tell me what you guys think of the Voltia down in the comments below. Do you guys think the Voltia is insane? Is it just mid? Do you like it, not like it? Definitely let me know in the comments. But other than that, that's been the video. I seriously hope that you guys enjoyed the build for Voltia. Don't forget to leave a like if it helped you out. If you want to support what I do a little bit further, the link to my Patreon is down below, and I massively appreciate all the Patreons that have supported me thus far. It is absolutely insane to me. Don't forget to join the Discord as well. The link to the Discord is in the description. If you guys play TFD, we have a bunch of people in there that are always looking to play. So if you want to play TFD with others, jump in the Discord. You'll also see updates from me in there. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, night, wherever you're at, and I will see you guys later. I'm out. Goodbye.